Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, Quinnipiac students are running into some safety issues with Uber.
And the QU Seminar Series classes will be no more starting this fall. But what will take its place?
All this and more tonight on the Q30 Newscast.
This is the Q30 News Nightcast.
Good evening, Quinnipiac, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast sponsored by Joya Spa and Salon. I'm Tom Albanese.
And I'm Aya Galal. As course selections begin for the fall 2015 semester, some students are dreading the process.
Brenna Oricoli and Janelle Cadigan have the breakdown of how students can prepare to register.
It's that time of year again, course registration for the upcoming semester. Students may be feeling overwhelmed as their advising meetings begin and registration dates are fast approaching.
Particularly stressed because I have a major, a minor, and then I'm in the MAT program, so I have like a really little amount of time to do so many things, so if I don't get a class, I might fall behind.
With course registration underway, a Quinnipiac professor gave Q30 some insight on how to make the process much simpler.
I asked students to come in prepared. They need to look at their student evaluation form. They have a general idea of what they want to take and what they need.
Yanity says that advisors are there to keep students on track for graduation.
We don't want someone to come in, fall semester their senior year and say, whoa, I don't have enough credits, what happened? If I'm looking at an evaluation sheet and I'm calling the registrar if there's a question, then I know that person's going to be graduating on time.
For incoming freshmen and transfers, Yanity says not to overload your schedule.
Try to get the stuff that you find to be the most difficult out of the way first.
Registration order goes by credit amount. Students with the most credits have the earlier registration dates, ending with freshmen who have the later dates. If you have a late registration date, here are some helpful tips. First, have a few backup plans. You never know if your first choice of schedule is going to work. Next, utilize your advisor. They will be able to give you some options if you're feeling stuck. And finally, keep a good balance of courses. When you do register, try to spread out advanced courses over multiple semesters. Don't take all difficult courses at once. Course registration runs through the month of April, with incoming freshmen registering over the summer. I'm Janelle Cadigan, Q30 News.
Chief of Public Safety David Barger sent an email to all students on Monday regarding Uber cars. The email reads, "For your personal safety, if you are utilizing Uber, please make sure that the vehicle that you are getting into is the vehicle that you have requested from Uber." The email comes after several reported incidents of students getting into cars that they thought were Uber vehicles but were not. Students are advised to use the Uber app that contains the driver's name, type of car picking them up, and the license plate numbers. Q30 News spoke to a couple of students about the problem.
It definitely makes me think a little bit more carefully about taking an Uber next time. Maybe more like label their cars with like a logo or something so people know they're like Uber cars. I think that would help.
They send you like the license plate in the car, and I wasn't expecting it to be just like a random car. So they like sent you all that information, and you kind of just had to like guess your way. So it was kind of weird, I guess. Put a sign on it saying Uber taxi. Don't just have a Toyota Corolla pull up and say I'm an Uber person. They might not be an Uber car.
The Quinnipiac Chronicle is reporting that incoming freshman class will no longer have to take the QU Seminar Series courses. New students will instead need to take a first-year seminar course called FYS 101. The course will focus more on oral presentations and creating a digital portfolio. Sammy Moore went out to get a student reactions for this news.
I personally don't have a problem with it. I think it's an easy A for us. It helps boost my GPA up. I think overall it's a step in the right direction for QU.
Personally, I just don't think it's fair because I had to go through it, but putting that aside, I guess making sure that they have a sense of community would be something that they should keep in whatever type of class that they're going to put in.
Paul Acosto, the Director of General Education, says that this change is happening because the university is planning on readjusting its curriculum.
Student government elections are beginning as the second half of the semester takes place. Each class will be electing a class president, class vice president, and class representative positions. The entire student body, including seniors, will be electing new SGA executive board positions, including SGA president, SGA vice president for student experience, vice president for finance, and vice president for public relations. Students running for a position can be found around campus collecting signatures as they kick off their campaigns. Elections will be held on Wednesday, April 8th.
Quinnipiac is among the 64 schools taking part in the app WeGo's new version of March Madness. WeGo Madness features each of the schools in a created bracket where each of the rounds conclude after 24 hours on a specific day. Each game will have a winner through the rules that include the percentage of schools attending the event, the number of users attending, the number of invites, number of photos posted, and through counting all of the new users to the event. The winning school will receive an event hosted by WeGo after the tournament concludes on April 13th.
Hundreds of students lined up outside BurtCon Court Tuesday night to see MTV's Girl Code star Carly Aquilina speak. Aquilina first stepped on stage at Gotham Comedy Club and has since been quickly rising in the comedy scene, performing regularly at the Stand Comedy Club in New York City. She completed her stand-up act, held a question and answer session with the audience, and snapped a bunch of selfies with students. The event was attended by about 500 people.
Still ahead on the Q30 Newscast, the Quinnipiac School of Business held its career fair to help students look for possible jobs.
And a car crashes into one of Hamden's popular fast food restaurants.
If we take a look at tomorrow's temperatures, we can see that in Storrs, Hartford, and Meriden, it's all going to be 54 degrees. Welcome spring. I'll have more for you coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
The Q30 Newscast is presented by Joya Spa and Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
Welcome to A Sheer Sensation, North Haven's premier cosmetology service, located at 140 Washington Avenue, minutes from Hamden. We offer an array of services, from basic cuts and colors to lash extensions and formaldehyde-free keratin treatments. We also provide hair chalk and styling for men. When you spend $60, your Q card will get you 10% off. Call us at 203-239-6477 to make your next appointment at A Sheer Sensation.
That was then, this is now. Don't be just a number.
Hello, welcome to Chameleon.
At Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, it's all about what makes you feel beautiful. Their professional team is dedicated to helping you reach your customized beauty goals from your head to your toes. Chameleon Hair Color Cafe and Spa, where it's all about what makes you feel beautiful.
Okay, so highlights for this week look pretty solid. Men's hockey versus Yale, men's basketball Iona. Got some pretty nice graphics too, some OTSs, full screens.
Yeah, and I was also thinking for a feature idea, we could do something about head coach Graham Pecknell from the men's ice hockey squad with the new year and new players.
Yes, that definitely sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where's Mike?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late.
What are you doing?
What? Freshman.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast. Quinnipiac Schools of Business and Engineering hosted its annual networking event to help students explore general and specific information about certain careers and their employers. Q30 News' Jennifer Palmer has more.
The School of Business and Engineering hosts their annual Spring Career Fair. The event gives students the chance to network with employers from the tri-state area and throughout the United States. Students got to learn about internships, part-time, summer, and entry-level positions from representatives. The Career Fair is a great networking tool for business students, especially for seniors looking to land a job after graduation.
So my goals was hopefully to find a job, hopefully that job is something I like doing, and meet new people. That's how you network.
I actually had no one specific that I wanted to talk to. I saw the list of the companies that were coming, and a few caught my eye, but no one in particular. I came here really to grab a few business cards and hopefully open up a few communication channels with recruiters. I love adding recruiters in my network.
The fair is not only intended for seniors, as underclassmen can look for internships and make connections.
I was just hoping to get an internship for the summer, hopefully figure out where I want to apply for the summer.
The school provides tips on how to make the most of the career fair. Make a good first impression, shake hands firmly, maintain good eye contact, collect business cards, and ask questions. They also encourage to dress professionally and bring a resume. Students were happy with the variety of different businesses they saw, which included PepsiCo, Target, Priceline, and Enterprise.
Usually it's like mostly insurance companies, and I'm like, I don't know about that. But there were a couple companies that I think I liked.
The career fair is not only provided for business and engineering majors. Students have the chance to participate in fairs relating to their program throughout the semester. I'm Jennifer Palmer, Q30 News.
The town of Hamden has decided who will take over for Mayor Scott Jackson. Last week, Q30 News reported that Jackson is leaving office to take a position in the state of Connecticut's Office of Policy and Management. Legislative Council President Jim Pasquarella will take over as interim mayor on April 17th, on the same day that Jackson leaves to start his new position. A special election will be held in the coming months to choose the new permanent mayor. Hamden residents Republican Bob Anthony and Democrat Kurt Balzano-Lang have expressed interest in running for mayor through both the special and general elections.
A car drove all the way through the Hamden Taco Bell on Dixwell Avenue earlier this week. Lots of damage was done to the inside of the restaurant, and major repairs are still needed. Only the drive-thru is currently open. The driver, who was the only person in the car, was transported to the hospital. The crash remains under investigation, and there is no word on whether the driver will face any charges. Millionaire real estate heir Robert Durst may be connected to a murder that happened in Connecticut. A Louisiana judge has decided to hold Durst without bail after he was charged with first-degree murder earlier this month. Durst is possibly linked to a number of murders, including his wife, a cold case in Vermont, and now this Connecticut incident. He became a national name after HBO aired a documentary about him, which ended with a finale that seems to reveal Durst confessing to some of the crimes. Prosecutors believe he may have been planning to flee to Cuba. The University of Virginia fraternity Phi Kappa Psi has announced it may consider legal action after a Rolling Stone article depicting a gang rape happening in the fraternity's house was proved illegitimate. The November story depicted a brutal gang rape at a party at the fraternity house, which ignited a national conversation about campus rape. Police found no evidence of the sexual assault depicted in the article after a lengthy investigation. Police also say the accuser had numerous inconsistencies in her story.
And you know, Aya, there's been so much that's been going on around the world, including yet another plane crash.
That's right. And the campaign for presidency in the U.S. starts up once again. Q30's Anna Sackle is here with us to discuss the latest in world news.
Thanks, guys. A Germanwings flight from Barcelona, Spain to Dusseldorf, Germany crashed in the French Alps, killing all 150 people aboard. Rescue helicopters were sent to the site to try and find any clues as to what caused the crash. The plane started to drop mid-flight, but no distress calls were made by the pilots. Reports are saying that one of the pilots was locked out of the cockpit before it went down. There were at least 3 American passengers on the plane. Search teams from Spain, France, and Germany are still looking for more information at the site. Ted Cruz has officially announced he's running for president in 2016. The first-term Texas senator made the announcement on Monday at Liberty University in Virginia. Cruz is the first major Republican candidate to declare himself officially in the race. He has already released a campaign video promising to lead the fight to make America great again. People have already started to criticize the senator, saying he is too conservative. And Pope Francis has apparently performed a miracle. During his trip to a cathedral in Naples, Italy, he kissed a dried veil of blood and half of it liquefied. While some call it a miracle, others say there is a scientific explanation behind it. Whether or not a miracle was performed, the crowd of over 1,000 people applauded the Pope and the ceremony continued on. That's it for your world news. I'm Anna Sacco. Now back to the desk.
When we return to the Q30 Newscast, Alexa Farrell fills us in on the latest entertainment news.
But first, Nicole Kessler has her latest weather forecast, which, Nicole, maybe will feature a little bit of spring weather?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to be experiencing some rain, but overall we're going to be experiencing high 50s, and which is pretty nice.
Rain is better than snow.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll have more for you coming up on the Q30 Newscast.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
I could really go for a Ray and Mike's sub right now.
Come to Ray and Mike's and try our Philly chicken and cheese for just over $4. Giant cheesesteak subs and mouth-watering boar's head sandwiches for as low as $4.75. Q-Cash accepted just a mile down the road on Whitney, here at Ray and Mike's.
Looking for debate and analysis of your favorite Quinnipiac sports?
Attacking and pressing.
Right, and it's not and what they're doing isn't working.
But unfortunately, they couldn't finish the Colgate game, so I think definitely those are the keys that the Bobcats need to watch.
Guys that can take the ball in the latter stages of the second half.
I think those
Even
are
with limited minutes.
In the MAC, they play the run and gun style.
Q30's and QBSN's Bobcat Breakdown brings all that to you and more. Live every Monday night at 8:30, tune in to see analysis of your Bobcats from the week before. Every sport from every season, it's all right here on Bob.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast. I'm Nicole Kessler, and here's your latest weather forecast. As we can see, the current temperatures across the map are considerably higher. And if we take a look at Boston, it's 39 degrees, and New York is 41 degrees. It's no heat wave, but it's definitely considerably higher from what we have been experiencing. And if we take a look at our regional radar, we could see that the green and purple and blue is a mixture of rain and snow. So unfortunately, this Saturday, we will be getting some flurries, and it is due to this right here. If we take a look at tomorrow's temperatures, we could see that in Storrs, Hartford, and Meriden, it is all 54 degrees. So welcome spring, we have been long awaiting you, and it is here. And then if we take a look at tonight's forecast, we can see that it's 37 degrees, which is still kind of chilly, but considerably higher. Rain, early rain, and it tapered out in the afternoon, and it came back in the nighttime because tomorrow night's forecast, it is a high of 55, which is beautiful, could even mean no winter coats for us. And the rain will still continue on. And the 7-day forecast, Thursday, tomorrow, rain with a high of 55, which I think is going to be the hottest day of the new year, which is pretty exciting. Friday, beautiful 51, sun. And then I know Quinnipiac students, you really want that amazing weather to stick around, but unfortunately, Saturday, it is going to be a high of 40 with the snow. Just can't get away from it. And then Sunday, don't stay too upset because the sun is back with a 47 high. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, rain with a mix of clouds and sun. That is it for your weather forecast. I'm Nicole Kessler. Now back to Tom and Aya.
Thanks so much, Nicole. Vin Diesel and his girlfriend have revealed some big news.
And Taylor Swift is in the headlines yet again.
Yet again, unfortunately. Unbelievable. Alexa Farrell has all of the latest entertainment news. Alexa?
Thank you, Tom and Aya. One Direction is heading in different directions. Zayn Malik, one of the 5 members, is leaving the band. He took a leave of absence from the On the Road Again tour due to stress. Malik then posted a statement to the One Day Facebook page saying, quote, "I am leaving because I want to be a normal 22-year-old who is able to relax and have some private time out of the spotlight," end quote. The band supports Malik's decision and will continue on without him. They have plans of recording another album, and continuing their current tour. Taylor Swift has just bought many adult websites, not because she's interested in the content, but with her name being associated with the sites. The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers has released hundreds and hundreds of new domains. So to protect herself and her brand, Swift has purchased sites like taylorswift.porn and taylorswift.adult to keep any content of such far away from her name. Angelina Jolie is taking steps to save her own life. She had surgery to remove her fallopian tubes and ovaries. The actress and mother of 6 decided that it was best to decrease her risk of cancer. She carries a mutated gene that makes her more likely to get the disease. After losing her mother, grandmother, and aunt to cancer, she is taking all the steps to prevent it. She says she is comfortable because she already has a family and her children will not lose their mother to ovarian cancer. Vin Diesel is remembering and honoring his friend. He has named his newborn daughter, Pauline, after Diesel's late friend, Paul Walker. Paul and Diesel started in the Fast and Furious films together. They became so close that when Walker died in a car accident, Diesel said he felt like he lost a friend and a brother. As Furious 7 comes out to theaters, Diesel is doing a lot to remember Paul Walker. Rob Kardashian posted a picture to his Instagram of Amy Dunn, the main character in Gone Girl. The character is covered in blood after committing a murder. The caption of the picture is, "My sister Kim, the beep girl from Gone Girl." Khloe Kardashian has a close relationship with Rob and says he may have social anxiety. He unfollowed his entire family, but later begun following them again. That's it for your entertainment news this week. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Q30 Newscast. Quinnipiac's women's basketball team concludes its historic season.
And the men's hockey team is set to travel out west for a big game. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Joya Spa and Salon in Hamden. Whether you want a new look or the perfect wedding day hair, come to us for complete hair and nail care, cuts, styles, updos, extensions, and beautiful dimensional hair color, as well as manis and pedis, acrylics, gels, and shellac. Treat yourself to a facial, a peel, or microdermabrasion. Relax with a variety of massage techniques, including Swedish and hot stone massage. Joya Spa and Salon. Call today.
And we have a
Back to his Hollywood.
This is my mom.
Q30 Newscast is presented by Joya Spa and Salon. For more information, visit www.joyadayspa.com.
Welcome back. Some of Quinnipiac's winter sports teams are competing in national tournaments.
And as the snow melts, spring sports are getting underway. Carolyn Fales is here with the latest in Quinnipiac athletics.
Thanks, guys. Winter sports are wrapping up and spring sports are underway. Let's start with the men's hockey team. The Bobcats fell short in Lake Placid with a final score of 5-2 against Harvard. The Crimson went on to beat Colgate to win the Whitelaw Cup and secure a spot in the NCAA tournament. In the NCAA selection show on Sunday, Quinnipiac was given the number 14 seed and will face the number 2 seed North Dakota in Fargo on Friday. Leading scorer Sam Annis went down in a game 2 weeks ago and did not play in the game in Lake Placid. Head coach Rand Pecknold talked about the injury during Monday's press conference.
I don't. It's not good. I mean, he didn't even bring his equipment with him to Lake Placid this past week. He didn't practice. He wasn't even, he's not even close. So, we're going to proceed ahead without him, and we need to find a way. North Dakota's got an injury. They lost a good player. St. Cloud on Friday beat North Dakota. St. Cloud had 2 of their best players out of the lineup. It's, I've said before, we don't make excuses. You have injuries, you need to deal with it. It's part of college hockey. It's part of the NHL. It's part of hockey. Like, you can't make excuses. Guys have to step up, and we have to move on. And would we like to have Sam in the lineup? Absolutely. He's one of the best players in the country, and are we a different team without him? Yes. But we don't have him, so we need to find a way. Just as we lost Taze for a while earlier in the year, I thought he's one of the best in the league, and our record was pretty good when Devon was out of the lineup. We had guys step up for him.
And the women's basketball team finished their season in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The number 12 seeded Bobcats took on the number 5 seeded Oklahoma Sooners. The Sooners immediately took control of the game and would hold that dominance for the rest of the game. Oklahoma shot 55.6% from the field and dominated with their speed and size. The final score was 111-84. Senior Jasmine Martin finished her career with a game-high 24 points. Martin's aggressive play cut the lead at times, but the Sooners proved to be too strong for Quinnipiac. QU finishes its season with a 31-4 record overall. And spring sports are starting to get underway. The baseball team continued their season with new coach John Delaney. Quinnipiac took on conference foe St. Peter's for a 3-game series. The Bobcats won 2 games, while the Peacocks only came away with 1 win. Scott Donahue and Vin Galletti played well for Quinnipiac. And now we're going to bring in our Q30 sports analyst, Andrew Badillo, to talk over some of this week's big sports news. So let's start with the women's basketball team as their season came to an end. What does this season mean for the team, and how do you think they're going to do next year?
Well, Carolina was a legendary season for this Bobcats team. I mean, the senior class, Tricia Fabry said in the post-game after they lost to Oklahoma, 104 wins in 4 years for this class. That's unbelievable. Jasmine Martin leaves the program, Sam Guastella, Nicole Oscar, Abshire, the 4 big players in that class. I mean, it's going to be really tough next year. I don't think they're going to run the Gold Rush, their second unit coming off the bench. You're going to see players from that Gold Rush who are going to step in and have to be that so-called Old Rush, which was coined by Q30 Sports basketball beat reporter John Albert earlier this year as the starting 5 for this team. So, I mean, it's going to be tough for them to repeat what they did. I think that Marist and Iona are going to be big players next year up top, but I do think Quinnipiac can challenge them as well.
So definitely a year of transition for the basketball team.
No doubt. Brittany Martin, Jasmine Martin's sister, is coming in. Fantastic recruit. She actually eclipsed Jasmine Martin's points record at Timber Creek High School. 1,788 was Jazz's record. Brittany passed that with 1,790 in a game in March earlier this year.
Okay, let's move on to men's hockey. They're taking on North Dakota this weekend. How do you think they're going to come out of that?
Well, Carolyn, both teams on paper are kind of similar in terms of statistics. However, once you look at the lineups and sort of break it down further, North Dakota has a lot more size than Quinnipiac. They also have a lot more depth offensively than Quinnipiac, and I do think that that's going to hurt the Bobcats going forward. Also, Sam Annis was hurt in their quarterfinal game against Union. So I think that, I mean, Sam Annis is the leading point scorer for Quinnipiac, and they've proven at times this year they have struggled to score. I think Landon Smith really needs to step it up. He hasn't scored in about a month since February 27th against Clarkson. So I think that if Quinnipiac has people step up offensively and Gartig is solid in net, I think that they can pull it out. But I do think that North Dakota gets that win.
All right, so now moving on to spring sports. Which team do you expect to have the best season?
Well, Carolyn, it's easy for me. I think the women's tennis team. I mean, they're reigning MAC champions. They're returning MAC Women's Tennis Player of the Year, Sophia Zielinski, to the team. They're returning pretty much everyone else, so I really don't see them. I really see them as the best spring sports team.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on, Andrew. I'm Carolyn Fales. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Carolyn. One of Quinnipiac's sororities, Chi Omega, organized a creative event to raise money for their philanthropy, the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Q30's Matt Sharp takes a look at the event.
Quinnipiac got all the more magical Monday night as Chi Omega hosted its philanthropic event, Quidditch on the Quad. The event pitched fraternities, sororities, and unaffiliated teams against each other, all in support of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The event, held in the Mount Carmel campus gym, had no shortage of attendees or participants. By the end of the night, over 20 teams, along with around 100 supporters, turned out to enjoy both a mythical sport and a Harry Potter-themed bake sale. I caught up with Shannon McCarriston, a member of Chi Omega's philanthropy committee, to find out exactly how this event benefited both charity and our community.
I think people are initially attracted to the philanthropy because I feel like everyone wants to help, but in order for it to be successful in raising money, you need a lot of people. So it becomes a social event, which I think is awesome because if people can have fun and help Make-A-Wish, which is our philanthropy, I think that's the best of both worlds.
Alongside the brothers and sisters of QU's Greek life, many unaffiliated students came out for the festivities. One such student, Nathan Williams, talked to us about his thoughts of the event.
I think it was very successful because as well as a charitable event, I saw a lot of people really getting involved with not only the Quidditch, but actually the bake sale that was happening in the background that not many people know about. And as a social event, I think it was really fun to see the students of Quinnipiac really cheer on each other, depending on what team, no matter what team really.
Chi Omega will be announcing the total donation amount Sunday. However, it is certain that the amount will sure bring some magic to children in need. For Q30 News, I'm Matt Sharp.
And that will do it for this week's edition of the Q30 Newscast.
Stay connected with our entire news team by liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter at Q30 News.
And be on the lookout for the next Q30 News Weekly Digest, which airs this Friday.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night.